Good morning, everyone on YouTube. This is Debbie Gruber from Lots of Knots Ceramics, and I'm located in Burbank, Ohio at the Ohio Station Outlets. My phone number is 330-948-8100. If you ever have questions, feel free to give us a call and just ask us. Today, I wanted to go off the Zeus videos for just a few videos so I can show you that there's so many things you can do here in ceramics. And I kind of like to expand the store today too, so you can see how beautiful my 5,000 square feet of beautiful ceramic and concrete loveliness actually is. Now this is a Christmas tree. It's one of our most popular ones. And this is called FM 581. And I'm going to show you how to glaze this tree and how to glaze. I like to glaze the base too. Some people glaze the whole base, and there's so many options. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's totally up to you what you want to do. But what I usually like to do is I like to glaze these little holly leaves right here and the tree so that they match. And then I use regular acrylic paint on to finish off the rest of the base. But I'll show you all of that as we go. But there are a lot of options, and you can talk to me about it anytime you'd like to. And what I'm using today is a glaze, and it's a Dunkin' glaze, and it's called Bluegrass. And I really like the Bluegrass. It's like my favorite one. And on the bottle, you can see it. It clearly says, mix well, apply 2 to 3 coats. You want to apply 3 coats, because if you don't, it doesn't look nice. You want it to be solid and look nice. One thing that's very important when you are glazing is don't get any paint into the holes that are here, because these are the holes that you put the little bulbs in. And if you alter the size of the hole, the little bulbs won't fit, because these are mathematically designed to fit together. So if you block the hole in some way, you have a problem because the bulb's not going to fit. Okay, and trying to get that to get fixed afterwards is a nightmare. So you don't want to do that. Just be very, very careful. That's why I have Q-tips here. So if you ever get some in there, just take a Q-tip and put it in there like this and just clean that up. I mean, it can have just a slight bit of glazing there, won't hurt it. But if it's a lot, then it will. And then here too, this is designed to accept this base that's been fitted, to fire together so that they fit. So when I put this on, I want to make sure I cover it all. And I want to do the entire bottom of the tree as I go. And you'll just stretch it out, but do it lightly. Don't push down on your brush like this, because what you're actually doing is pulling the glaze away from the tree instead of putting it on. And just very gently, just go around the tree and get all those little spots that you miss, and just keep going around the bottom of the tree. And that way, when you get the whole bottom of it done, you'll be able to set it down on this towel, because it'll be dry enough that it won't pull off of your tree. Again, when I come up this way, I want to stagger it and just make sure I don't get any into the holes. See? I don't want to go up any further than that, because I want to get the bottom done. So I can set the tree down so the weight isn't pulling. There we go. So if you like what you see today, please tell your friends all about us, and have everybody subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way they will know when I'm on. And my YouTube channel is LOK Ceramics, all one word. And you just type that into the search bar and you're in. All the time. Almost done with the bottom, see? Then you have to put 3 coats, but what's extremely important when you're doing glazing like this is to make sure that you let it dry really, really well between coats. And then all I'm going to do is put coat number 2, so same exact like this, except it's a second coat. And what I do is I keep a piece of paper with me, and when I finish a coat, I put coat number 1 on the tree, only when I finish it. And then when I get the second one done, of course I cross that off and change it to coat number 2. Because when you're glazing, it looks the same. The first coat looks like the second coat, looks like the third coat. And if you don't write down how many coats you have and you walk away, when you come back you may not remember. And there's no way, you can't tell by looking at it if it's 1 coat or 2. So I just make sure I take very good care of how many coats I actually have on there. And put it on the paper. And I do the same thing with the base. So I'll mark 1 tree, 1 coat done. And I never put that on there until I actually finish the coat. That way you know for sure you have 2 full coats on there. I don't stop either when I'm doing this. I finish the coat before, I go take care of anything else. There we go. See, it's just going around. And I'm just going to keep doing that and put 1 whole coat on. There. I have a great website too, and the website is lokceramics.com, lots of knots ceramics.com. I own both the names and they'll take you there. And there's a lot of categories and a lot of different things that you can actually order. And we sell greenware and we sell bisque and we sell retail and wholesale. So if you guys have any questions about any of that, please feel free to give us a call at 330-948-8100. And I'm just going to keep working my way up this tree. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And then when this is totally dry, and you can tell it's dry because it's all one color, and you can tell it's not wet anymore. So you'll have no doubt that the whole thing's dry. But I always tell people, put it off to the side. Come back in a couple hours. Go do some laundry or something, and then come back in a couple hours and put your second coat on, and then walk away from it from there too until come back a couple hours later, throw your third coat on, and then it can go into the kiln. If you don't have a kiln, I have a few, and I'd be happy to fire anything out for you that you need fired. There we go. I'm just going to keep going with that, so I'm going to stop here because you can see what I'm doing here. And just stay away from the holes, don't forget. And again, if you get it in the holes, don't be afraid to stick this in here and just clean it out, see? And that way the holes will remain clear. And then I'm going to get set up for the base, but in the meantime, I'm going to have the camera person shoot the store so you can see how beautiful the store is. Can you go around? Here, see? Look at how much there is. It's beautiful. All right. There's ceramic and there's concrete. And you can see I have greenware, I have this. There's a lot. There's a lot more too on the website. You can see what's out there. What we do is as the orders come in, we take care of all orders first. At that point, you move to the front of the line. If you come in, of course you're welcome to whatever's on the floor. If it's on the floor, it's for sure for sale. So you can pick whatever you like. But if you order off the website, then you'll get exactly what you want, and I'll call you when it's ready, so you won't have to worry about that. Okay, now this is the base, and all the bases that have the holly leaves on, they're like standard bases. And there's 3 berries, 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3 here. So that I don't forget about the berries and it happens so quickly, I always start at the berries and pull my paint backwards. And this is, again, just a glaze I poured into a bowl right here, same color, bluegrass, because that's my favorite. I'll do some in another color sometime, but this is my favorite one right here. There. Okay. And I'm just going around here so that I don't get the glaze on the berries. And I'm pretty generous with the paint on this. And don't be cheap with the paint. And again, it's the same thing. Don't push it on real hard. Stay very gentle. Even if you do have a little bit of a blob of paint that I've so often told you guys is not good. In this case, when you're doing glazes, they smooth out. So it's not even an issue. One time, I only saw glaze run one time, and that was when I had this little boy in here, and he was so excited. He goes, I'm going to paint. And he took a cup, and that cup must have had a bottle and a half, like, I don't know, 6 ounces of glaze on it. It was pretty loaded up. It took a long time to dry. And when I put it in the kiln, I didn't know if it was going to blow up or if it was going to be okay. And it really was okay, other than it had a run down the side. So that was pretty good. I was glad it didn't break on them. See, then I got the berries done, see? And then I'm just going to go to the edges. And the way you do that, I just get some good paint on my brush. And then I put my finger on the piece, and that helps to stabilize my hand. So when I come over here, I put this down, but I'm not really where I want to be. I slide my paintbrush to where I want it to go, and then I drag it backwards. And by doing that, it creates a nice line. And sometimes you have to go back a little bit because glaze is a little bit different than acrylic paint, and the way that it goes on is just slightly different. So sometimes you have to go back and do a little bit more. But see how I get this like this, and then I'll come back and clean this up a little bit right there, see? And just keep going. And get one good coat on here, and then I'll put on my paper that I have one coat on the bottom and one coat on the top. And then when I know it's totally dry, like if you look real close here, you can see where this is darker right here and this is lighter. Because see how it dries funny like that. So when it's all the same color and you're sure it's dry, that's when you can go ahead and put the next coat on. So I'm going to stop this right here, and I'm going to do the 3 coats on the base and on the tree, and then I'm going to put it through the kiln and fire it. And then that's when I'll come out the next time so that I can show you the next step on how to make this beautiful tree in glaze. So for now, today looks like it's going to rain outside, so get outside before it rains. Okay, thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you next time.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching our video today. Real quick before the up next video starts playing, do us a favor and smash the like and share buttons. If you want to see more of our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you're notified when we post new content. If you want to start your own project or just order some supplies, check out our store at www.glazing.com. shop.lokceramics.com. Hope to see you in the next video.